thought I catch is the one I hold, burning through the lies, turn and let the gold. I see the outcome before the turn, watching the pages of the story burn. You're talking in circles, but I hear the hum. I see the shadows of what's about to come. My pulse is sinking with a different speed, planting the vision like a jagged seed.
Drift and expand the view. The barriers thin, leaking something true.
It's not a secret, it's just a state. Recognizing the pull, acknowledging the fate. Shadow reality, pieces on the floor. I'm looking through the glass, through the open door. And now my third eye's wide awake, flash in the dark. I follow the pulse, I follow the spark. Yeah, my third eye is wide, no place to hide. With this glass shattered smile, I'm just along for the ride.
I'm a motherfucking
unicorn, a one-of-one. Divide being the love and light, the enlightened one. My karma isn't just stellar, I live by truth. Fighting evil, my scars are living proof. Protecting you from the storms with all my might. Love me, I will treat you right. You ever cross me, it's the last thing you'll ever do. With my crown of thorns, I'll wreck you. I ain't playing, yo, Reinhardt, call me insane. Too bad, Chris, because Bigfoot knows my name. I'm a messenger of God, with loyalty I serve. Taking out all evil with his holy word. A true Knights Templar, sword in hand. Slice you up, bury you in the sand. I'm a motherfucking unicorn. You'll never find anyone like me. Born in the Bronx, raised in NYC. So listen up, take heed. I float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. A true Knights Templar, sword in hand. Slice you up, bury you in the sand. I'm a motherfucking unicorn. You'll never find anyone like me. Born in the Bronx, raised in NYC. So listen up, take heed. I float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Hello, welcome to Third Eye Live. I am one of your hosts. I don't know who I am anymore. Bryan M. Bowden.
You need to get more Bucky's coffee.
I'm telling you, I'm exhausted after last couple of days doing the amazing Open Your Mind show on Monday with Jillian Marie. She was just off the chart great, gave away a bunch of different things. Hi, Kenny Momo. I'm just going to say hello to everybody as they walk in. Hi, Heidi. But that was, I thought it was a fantastic show. I didn't want to keep people too long, but I thought, what a great freaking way to start off the week. And yesterday,
the chat room was very active.
Super active, and we found some new people, new tribe members coming in. Like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell. That's what our buddy BMR, who is the first one in chat, would say. Love you, Rob. Dave says hi, by the way. Yeah, I did. Yesterday, Mark called me. I was at Jack Johnson. Not a huge fan of him. It's like way too freaking mellow. Hey, San Kudo. It was way too mellow. I mean, he was playing other people's music anyhow. He was like weaving it into some of his own little jams and stuff. But the humidity factor yesterday was, I would say, about 99%. It was like you couldn't get any humid. And then the temperature was like 102. And it was just unbearable to be there.
Sounds like it.
And went there, had some pizza prior to going, got in, and I had one of these frozen, I don't know, strawberry daiquiris. And they give it to you in like this tube with a straw. And I discovered this one little tiki hut area at the I think Financial Center where they have these concerts, the amphitheater. But it's like $40 a ticket. So it's like, what can $40 get you today? I mean, not much. So we, went and sat in there, drank my little daiquiri, most of it, and the ice melted in a heartbeat. And then I was like, I'm getting real hot, and I'm getting like nauseous, and like, oh, I'm just this close to heat stroke. It's crazy. So it's just insane going to these concerts these days. But it's good to see people there. Hello, Bigfoot, Michigan Rob. Great to see you. Hi, Straw Dog. Just going to run down there. But it was nice. And Mark Eddy called me. Yes, Jaquetta, your eye candy is here. He is right next to me. Looking pretty sexy tonight. Yes, he is. He's available. Hi, Gemini Moon. I'm pimping your ass out, by the way. I asked that question, and it wasn't my place to ask that question last night, but you did get an answer, Mark, about home sales and all that stuff. Jen, Jen is here. They're on a date. Jen and Jonathan, they're on a date at Third Eye Live. Please order the fish. Are we having? Yeah, whatever. We're good.
Yeah, the Newfie Taco Bell is
Yes, Newfie Taco
recently
Bell.
opened. Yeah,
Taco Bell opened up in Newfoundland. Wow. Are they serving Newfies?
I thought Jen said that.
They are. I'm just trying to catch up to everything. And of course, our friend and wonderful helper here, BJ LaPierre, author, illustrator. She has stuff on her YouTube. Please, for the love of God, go to her YouTube. Sign up. She's posting stuff. You're gonna be blown away with what's going on. D-Worm, the worm. Welcome. Seeing new names. I'm catching new people, and I love that. Rob's over. Rob, you had 8K, right? Or are you 7K?
Yeah, we're getting. Yeah,
yeah.
The show's expanding.
Yeah, Rob has put this down. He's mastered this stuff. What's up, Cosmic Joe? I just want to say hello, San Kudo. We got Kenny Momo in here. It was great hanging with Kenny Momo. Did they leave you in Florida, Kenny? They went to Florida after the Tennessee Wildman Conference, and our friend, another one of our friends, is here. Heidi. Heidi's here. Heidi. Yeah, we got a good show here. We've got a great show. We got a Yo Rob. What's up? Laura Pruitt's here. And kisses to all the roomies. Yes. Kisses to all the roomies. But I think we have a really, really good show tonight. We try to put on a good show every night for the most part, I think. I mean, Mark has tons of great ideas. We try to be fun and funny. Next week, we have Michael Kirkpatrick and the one and only Julia Sims coming back to the broadcast. Been looking forward to this for a while. And I said, okay, Julia, let's go. And she's like, do you want Michael on? I'm like, yeah, I wanted to get you on and then do one with you and Michael, but we'll do it all at one point. Yes, I have. Laura Pruitt has some great research going too. But so they'll be on. And I'm looking forward to that. I don't know about you. You know, Julia was fantastic when she first came on. First ever appearance in a podcast. She is a pro when it comes to music and going on tour, and we'll leave that alone for her. But she is a professional musician. But you know what's really interesting, Mark? We're moving this show. What, say again?
I was just answering a question. What's that?
Well, and hello, Matthew Blanton. Welcome. I know everybody's working really hard. It's been really, really crazy the last couple of weeks, and people are stressing out. People are fighting. Couples are fighting. And that's why Mark is looking for, love in all the wrong places of West Virginia. But something really cool is coming. I'm just going to play it, and then we'll talk a little bit about it. So this is happening very, very soon. That's right. It's not only me going to be on there. This handsome fellow to that side of me is going to be on as well. We're going to be on Roku TV and Fire Stick on the Relic TV app. And all you got to do is, it's free. Download the Relic TV. Download the Roku app from the store or whatever service you're on. And you download also the Fire TV app. And just search Relic TV, add it, and our shows, Third Eye Live and Open Your Mind, will be on there. But they haven't figured out the interaction with it, and I love the community. So we're going to still be focusing on the YouTube side of everything. But it will be available for everybody to watch. And then, Jaquetta, you can see your eye candy a lot bigger. That's it. I'm just going to say it.
Yeah, Greg has a lot of really good ideas.
Yeah. I was working on this and then thinking about like, I'll just come out with this and I'll just put it on the platform because I knew about it for a while. Then Greg was talking about it, and I was talking to Greg, and I said, you know what? Let Greg just deal with it. I don't want to deal with that platform. And it works out really, really great. And we're going to, there it is. Yes, big eye candy. Yep, life size. Yeah. There we go. But it's going to be good. And our buddy in chat right there, one of the greatest guys around, Bigfoot Michigan Rob, right there. Yeah, his show is also going to be on there, BMR's. Bigfoot Michigan Rob show is going to be on there. So, you know, I definitely think you need to start downloading it and getting into the new groove. So it's going to be fun. Moist indeed. Yes, Mr. Moist. I am just waiting for him to tie me to a tree, probably naked, and then I'm going to have a freaking problem for the rest of my life. But I'm owed one. I think, Rob, I put in there, happy birthday, Greg, when he was on your show the other night. I was out with actually Jack Johnson. Jack Johnson's real mellow, surfer music. Surfer film music was the name of the tour. So it's pretty cool. It's interesting. And it's great. And another thing is, if you are part of the Third Eye of Live tribe, you will know that we reveal the next week's Open Your Mind 3 targets, H01, H02, and H03. And I changed it up this round, so I'm not going to say any more about it. And those are the targets. Start your remote viewing. Focus on that if you can, because that would be really, really important. And then what you want to do is you want to go over to your Facebook side of everything. I'm going to share this with everybody because it makes it better. We have a new group on Facebook. And the group is the Third Eye Live / Open Your Mind group. It's everything for this show. You can upload and put pictures of your target sheets that we use on the broadcast on there. So then you don't have to worry about stuff. You can put that stuff on there. I'm going to see if this comes up. Let's see. So this is our target sheets, and put it up there, and then share what you're focused in on over there. Mark Eddy may be making an appearance talking about how music actually will help him to raise your vibration and frequency. I'm going to talk to him about that. Hi, Jamie. Jamie's here.
Well, we mean the music coming out of the shower drain?
It could be a little bit of that, but we're going to, how music is great for raising your vibration and getting you into almost like a trance, or in a better mood. I'm gonna, did I give Jamie the Jamie, post a link to your new show, please, or promote it in the chat if you can. I know it's liminal something, and I apologize. Way too many things going on at once.
Yeah, that's why I was listening to some Judas Priest before the show started. Get
up there.
Yeah.
You have another thing coming? Do you have another thing?
No, it's ain't room for second best.
No, it isn't. But we're going to do our best. I still have the same background I had when I was on Space Out Radio last night. But this actually works out really, really well, because our guest, our wonderful guest, Sean Faulkner, is an investigator of all this crazy stuff, just like me. And he's been doing this for a long, long while. And we're going to bring Sean onto the broadcast right now. Everybody, welcome Sean to the stage. Sean, how are you? I'm going to swap you with Mark Eddy.
Hey, my friends, how are you?
Hi, Sean.
I'm
Hi,
doing
Mark.
great. Sean has one of those velvet voices.
I try. I keep it protected. I
Yeah.
wanted to have the Robert Stack voice, but I don't drink enough scotch and smoke enough never smoke enough cigarettes like Robert Stack. Okay. And so I failed in that respect.
Right.
But love the man. And I always wanted that voice, that iconic voice.
Yeah. He does have one of those iconic voices. It's also time frame, type of thing. Fork chop right there. Yes. The fork
No
chop.
fork chop.
May the fork chop be with you. You have to have that there's certain voices are key in life. Another one is Sam Elliott's voice.
Oh my, yeah. And the mustache.
Yeah, there's something about the coolness factor of Sam Elliott is just, and I loved him, believe it or not. I mean, it's such a cheesy movie, Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze.
Roadhouse is great. It might be cheesy, but it's a great movie.
It's a great, great movie when he comes in. What's up, me-o? The way he comes in, and I don't know. It's cool. But
my dad looks like Sam Elliott, actually.
Say again?
My dad looks like Sam Elliott.
That is cool.
And all, yeah. He's not as tall, but I thought my dad was Sam Elliott growing up for a while.
It's what for dinner? Does he push his hair back?
Yeah, that did. Same.
Dad, what's for dinner?
Same mustache, same jeans and shirt. I don't know. I only seen my dad in ties at funerals and was a blue jeans and t-shirt kind of guy.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
Nothing wrong with having your AC/DC t-shirt on, or if Mark goes, Judas Priest. I've seen Judas Priest numerous times. Actually, I was at the Judas Priest concert where they ripped the padding out of the seats and they lit the whole thing on fire.
Why not?
It was a great show. Kingpin, yes. Undead Jed, but
don't get Munson.
Don't get Munson. So Sean, I don't do interviews, it. We just talk. We're friends.
Sure.
The first time Sean and I actually met in person totally surprised me because I just wasn't expecting, I did the Eric's camping at Benner's Run.
Yeah. Camping adventure weekend.
Yeah, and I heard Brian. I'm like, who the hell? Who knows me? Only Murphy knows who I am. And there's Sean. I'm like, holy crap. So that was my first experience of meeting people that I'm really, really tight with on social media and meeting them for the first time in person. And it was just what a fantastic, I never forgot that time there at the Bigfoot camping weekend.
It was great. And there's no more of them. They've ended that journey. Yeah. They're going to be doing the PA Paris Storm Fest weekends moving forward, which are pretty cool. I was at the last one. You bring storm chasers and Bigfoot research or paranormal research in general together. And while you don't think maybe scientifically there's a lot of overlap, the crowds have a lot of overlap because I don't know why, but it seems like a lot of people that are into the paranormal are also really into storm chasing. Maybe it's an energy thing. I don't know, but there's an overlap for an audience there.
I would never expect that. Mark, would you expect that storm chasers and Bigfoots would be like amigos, on the line?
You would think not, but we can work in Ron's squonk.
Squonk is interesting.
That's dealing with environmental issues.
Makes me want a ham sandwich every time I see the squonk.
Squonk, you want a ham sandwich?
I want a ham sandwich.
But
Hey, Adam.
The environment, wet weather go together. Everyone's affected by weather, but
Yeah.
I can see where once you start looking it a little deeper, you might be able to make some connections and see where the storm chasers are coming from. I never really thought about it, but I like what Sean is saying.
There was an incident, and I think the Joplin tornado that I think it was an F5 tornado, EF5 tornado they had, where these folks had seen these paranormal beings, whether they were angels or whatnot, during the storm in the aftermath. And it's a fascinating story. And if you're not familiar with it, folks, check it out. It's if I could find it before we finish this interview, the name of the entities, I'll do that.
Yeah.
That was quite a few years ago, wasn't it?
I think they're called the Joplin butterflies. Yeah, yep, and that's what it's called, the Joplin butterflies, and it happened in 2011.
Okay.
So this storm, greatest, most powerful storm ever, is cutting through, and then all of a sudden, these paranormal-esque creatures or cryptids, butterflies, start appearing.
People describe seeing these winged beings that were protecting them through this storm. And you know, an EF5, that's as big as a tornado as you get. You know,
so you said Joplin?
Yep, Joplin, Missouri, May 22nd, 2011. They did a documentary on it too, called The Butterfly People.
That is really interesting.
It's become kind of a symbol of hope for them in that town, but I can get it. And that was just a quick search, but I mean, it's a fascinating story. And of course, you know, skeptics like to say, oh, it's a stress, you know, induced hallucinations. You know what?
I don't buy that.
It gave people hope and it saved their lives.
I don't buy the, you know, the mass delusion or whatever.
Particularly for this, right? If you had a one person experience that, maybe one. But if you have unconnected people experiencing that, right?
All over.
That's the problem with a mass hallucination theory with no, you know, predetermined. It's not like they could plan it, you know.
No, they can't. And some Laura brought up before I can bring it up is spirits love storms. That's why parachasers chase storms. A lot of the activity happens during the
storm. Makes sense to me.
Yeah, it's totally makes sense. By the way, Adam from Half Inch Wrench Crew is driving. Please pay attention to the road, sir. We want to see you again and the whole entire family. And I'm sure Kenny right now is crying in the back.
I know my voice is distracting, but I don't want to, you know, cause a cry.
Adam, I gotta introduce you to the Half Inch Wrench Crew for what you do. It's not PA based, it's Missouri based, actually.
Right, I love Missouri. My brother Ray lives in Missouri.
Who does?
My brother Ray.
What part?
What part? St. Louis.
St. Louis, yeah. I did the Crossing Realms conference. It was in Richmond, Missouri, and then I went to Emmaus, which is about, I'm gonna say an hour, if I'm correct. Who my Missouri people in here.
I have to say hi to my sis Gwen in there. Hello, Gwen. She put on a great conference this past weekend, Brian. A great conference in Pennsylvania.
Really?
Yeah. The Central Pennsylvania Bigfoot and Cryptid Festival. It was very well attended.
Cool.
It was a great time, and I had a blast. Exhausted by the end of the day, but I had a blast. It was a lot of fun.
Did you have normal people speaking and presenting, or did you have the para celebrity as well as?
Oh, no. And I think that's what I love about Gwen's event is that she has the, you know, and I hate to use the term lesser known people, right? But she doesn't have the big names speaking at them. And when you go back to the core of the conferences, that's something that's really missing, is the diversity in the speakers, but also you know, you can't give somebody a break unless you give them a break. You know, you can't let them immerse themselves and get good at speaking unless they get an opportunity to do so, right? And 100%. I think there's a lot of great people with great information that don't get enough practice to get out there and do a presentation. The gentleman, Mondo Lopez.
There she is. Am I correct?
Yep, that's Gwen.
God bless you, Gwen, for putting real people out there instead of para people.
She really is just an all-around great human. And maybe she's not human. I don't know. But Mondo Lopez has been taking all of the data we've been collecting since the 1940s all the way up to 2012 and has analyzed it and gone through it. And he's starting to point out these patterns that he calls BEPs, Bigfoot encounter points. And I mean, the guys, you have to talk to Mondo at some point. He's just an another amazing person. But
connect me to him, and we'll
absolutely
get him on.
But I was like a kid in a candy shop at this presentation. Like I was the MC, but I had to reserve myself from standing up and jumping in and wanting to, expound on some of the things he's talking about, because a lot of those cases were ones I investigated. So I know the material, and being able to see information and data laid out for you, when you don't possess that skill yourself, that's not my skill set, was a privilege, a rare privilege. And I can't thank him enough for that. And it was just incredible. I was like a kid in a candy store, being able to see these different things. And I'm a fat kid, so I like my candy. So I mean, it was just a great
Americanized. You're not fat. You're American.
Have you ever talked with Carter Bouchard?
No, I have not.
Another guy. He did a presentation, who's written several books. And again, some of the reasons why these guys don't take off in mainstream Bigfootery is because they have alternate theory, right? And at the end of the day, I'll say it here for everybody listening.
Yes.
I have my belief in what Bigfoot is, but it doesn't mean I'm right. And I'm open-minded enough to look at all the data and pool all the resources in. And when something I can't explain happens, I can't explain it. I don't try to explain it with bullshit. I just can't explain it. That goes into its own separate category. Say, okay, we got to look into that and explore that more.
Right. I mean, I did Space Out Radio last night. We were talking about cryptids and whatever. And I did study science. I'm not a scientist, but I did study the sciences. I started astronomy, quantum, physics on the quantum side of it, just the beginning, and then engineering. And I thought about it and whatever. But when I go out into the field, and I'm out there a lot, I have like a stack of hypotheses, ideas, questions, and whatever. And then I don't discredit anything anybody says, even just the flesh and blood people, or just the woo people, or some of the crazy stuff. I'm not a big Bigfoot's the Nephilim or Bigfoot's a demon guy. I'm not. But okay, well we'll put it as there is Bigfoot and Nephilim. Is he a demon or her a demon? And then we'll go from there. And when I get an answer, I'll get an answer. But some people, like he's a friend of mine, Steve Coles. He is strictly flesh and blood. Do not talk to Coles about anything woo related or quantum. He will just shoot you down.
I'm from Pennsylvania, and weird shit happens here.
Yep.
As much as you want to be flesh and blood, there have been strange things that have happened that you can't explain with that, with that notion. And, you talk about Bigfoot being Nephilim and demons, and I don't know what to make of all that. The problem with it is, Brian, is it doesn't interest me. I don't have an interest in that part of the puzzle, because it does, at the end of that doesn't mean anything to the mystery. It doesn't. And honestly, this might upset some people too. I think it's a great way for some people to cash in on the current political environment and kind of take some things in and meld it into crypto and take some cash.
Yep.
And, and if that is, by all means, do whatever. But when it comes to the research, like, how do you research that? And that's the problem. Well, some of these paranormal things, aspects of it, they're only paranormal because we've deemed them that way. They just haven't been proven or explored, right?
Right.
And when we have to make the paranormal normal, we have to reconcile the fact that it is normal. It's just above normal. It's not anything nasty or foul, right? It's not a bad word. It's a descriptor that tells us, okay, but this is not typical. Maybe we should change it to that phraseology.
Right.
But in that vein, there are tools we have now that are coming out that we can use to start documenting some of this stuff. We just talked. They're using infrasound, and here we go. Here goes an overlap of something I just talked about at the beginning, Mark. They're using infrasound detectors to detect tornadoes and
Yep.
to explore tornadoes.
That's
I've been-
actually interesting.
I've been wanting to use infrasound or infrasound detectors in Bigfoot because if these beings can utilize infrasound, which, by the way, is not a biological impossibility. Mammals use it. Other mammals use
Black
infrasound.
Labrador has it.
Right.
Hey,
We use it as a weapon.
It's really interesting you said that because I actually have a microphone specifically that captures infrasound frequencies, and I use something called Sonic Visualizer. It's a free program, and it gives you a rainbow effect of the different frequencies. And when you get to the 25 hertz and lower, you're in the infrasound zone, and you want to look for that on your audio. Audio is not just about hearing; it's actually about visualizing it as well, which is interesting. Jen put up there the what the fuck category, or the WTF was that. I'm writing a Bigfoot book, Dogman book, alien book, ghost hunting book, and like craziness books, different ones, and I have them all going at once. And I think I'm just going to combine them all and call it WTF was that.
Yeah, well,
theories on theories.
and
Yes.
Sean was just talking about, we don't have all the tools to identify some of these creatures. Well, we actually do. And if you want to identify, the Nephilim, there's sacred ground.
Yes. That's the book I just put out. Thank you for the promo.
Again, I have to find the merit in it to spend the time on it. And I know that sounds very egotistical, and I don't mean it to sound that way, but with the finite time we have, because we have to earn a living, right? If I was independently wealthy, my ass would be doing this all the time. Let me tell you, I'd also have a body like Tom Cruise or some, celebrity. But again,
you kind of do like Tom Cruise in Tropical Thunder.
Tropical Thunder. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, my hair's a little nicer though.
I will wreck you.
He burned me. He burned me with that one. I love it.
Sorry.
No, you can listen. I am unoffendable. I think I can say some pretty terrible things. I keep it nice for public, but I can be pretty despicable. Butch Wachowski was one of my best friends. At some point, you have to know that.
He was. I was going to ask you about Butch because not that long ago, you were going through a whole bunch of different things and people passing away.
Yeah.
And I was like, Butch came to me, and I said, Butch has been on my mind, and you said. And I think you were thinking about Butch too.
Yeah, he came to me in a dream. Absolutely.
Right. And I'm like, did he curse you out and tell you what the hell you crying for? Get your ass
head out of my ass and get going.
Yeah. Butch could be a sweetheart. Don't get me wrong.
He was.
But Butch is, like what Dave Scott says, a curmudgeon, a grumpy
cantankerous old man. He really could. But I got to know Butch really well on some shoots we were doing for Small Town Monsters and some different things we were working on. We did a show together. You spend a lot of time in a recording situation with somebody for 8 hours a day, and you learn tolerance and patience and all about your friends' temperaments and some great road trips, by the way. We had some wonderful road trip. I love that man. I miss him a lot. I really do.
I miss him. He is so needed right now because he is not afraid to come out and tell people to shut the no, you're wrong.
Especially now in the age of the days of disclosure, right? That's what we're calling it.
Yeah, I don't like that term. I think it's a joke, but
no, I mean the disclosures happened.
Yeah, disclosure. Yeah. I just posted something that says friends don't let friends use the term UAP.
No, it's not. It's always going to be a UFO, and Pluto's still a fucking planet. Okay, so get off my back.
It's really funny because Neil deGrasse Tyson grew up in my neighborhood. I remember growing up. He was a prick then, and I knew it was going to be that fucking prick that said that Pluto's not a planet. I'm like, had I known earlier, this is one of those go back in time moments. You're wailing on him. He's like, what did I do? I'm like, you made Pluto and nothing. Like, I didn't do anything. He doesn't exist, but yeah.
I just again, he comes dogmatic science, right? And Charlie Wonton, I love Charlie. Him and his wife, fantastic people. Again, I only know the best people, okay? And when we rub elbows, we become friends, right, Brian? And
Yes.
I love people. I can't help it. Even if you hate me, I'm still going to love you. And
Same here.
that's just how I am.
Yeah.
But some of these people I have met are some of the best people on the planet, and I do great research with them, and they become my family. This field doesn't have to be so divisive. It does
It's
not.
really-
It's just about tolerance.
You know what it is? It's people. There's so many people out there that have no respect for anybody, and they start stealing stuff from people. It's just getting frustrated with that type of stuff, you know. You don't want to take it, but we should be working a little bit more together.
Right. And we don't have to agree on everything to work together and get along.
No.
In fact, not agreeing on things actually makes the work easier because it's easier to keep each other in check.
Yeah, I'm all peanut butter, Mark's, chocolate. I mean, what are we supposed to do about that?
I'm marshmallow fluff. So there we are.
I love that.
Right now,
Marshmallow. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Whoever invented that is, yes. Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, Sean, do you find that the Bigfoot or just cryptid research community is expanding? More new ideas are coming in.
I do. And that's a great question, Mark, because I think the problem is, though, the people that come in with big ideas come in right away and they don't try to wade into the waters. They motorboat over you. And instead of trying to say, hey, I have this theory, they don't stop and ask, hey, has anybody thought of this before? I was getting messages at 3:00 in the morning on Facebook Messenger, not from Brian for once, believe it or not, but, and they're like, I've got all these thoughts and theory. I'm like, have you ever read a book? Read a book. Because half these things you're talking about are already in all the literature that's out there.
You're not bringing anything new to the equation.
Yeah, nothing new.
Something new, though, however, to your point, Mark, we should all be embracing of that, regardless of what we believe. At the end of the day, there's no Bigfoot body.
Yep.
That we know of, that we have.
Well, no publicly Bigfoot body. I believe there are bodies and they have them governmental on all these different cryptids. Personally, I mean,
we've been told for years the Smithsonian might have bodies, right? And we'll never know because it's not like you and I are going to get invited to go there and check it out.
Yeah, I'm definitely not going to get invited to go there. I actually asked a buddy of mine who is a civilian general, big guy, really great guy. He was supposed to meet me for dinner in DC when I was just there. And I texted him, so my folder must be pretty damn thick for you to not come to dinner that night. He's like, no, bro, is that my kid's baseball game? I'm like, right. But the problem is we get new people coming in, and I love that we have new blood coming in.
Me too.
But there are so many people out there. There is somebody. I did it as a diss track to a certain degree, but I also did it as an entrance music, my Brian Bowden rap. And in there,
catchy, by the way.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty catchy. In there, there's a line, yo, Reinhard called me insane. Guess what, Chris? Bigfoot knows my name. Because it was my buddy Chris out of Connecticut, and he doesn't talk to me. He won't talk to me. He's just infuriated about something, whatever. And I don't care at this point. I'm still
life's too short. Get over it.
Yeah, exactly. So I did that on purpose, but he was famous, and there's a couple other people famous. Breaking news. Look, they're using infrasound, or they're using that 1.6 gigahertz frequency. I'm like, you realize that 1.6 to 1.9 is military, and it's every GPS out there.
The problem is, though, to your point, years ago that would have been paranormal. We wouldn't have dared discuss that in a flesh and blood
right
setting. And so there have been some small changes to the chain of thought and how we're thinking about the project and the problem. And You know, we are constantly looking for a needle that's moving in a shifting haystack. You know, nothing's staying still. And the world's getting more complicated. We're getting farther and farther away from our own senses. Just had a great conversation about that with folks over the weekend. What kind of tools do you use? I'm a minimalist. I don't like to use any because I like to see what's going on around me. I like to hear and I like to feel. And I know that feel word gets dangerous for people, but you have natural senses that, you know, when you're out in the woods and you're disconnecting from the distractions, you start to become more aware. And folks need to do that more. Everybody wants to play with these gadgets. Well, you're going to miss them because you're dicking with the gizmos too much.
This is all these people like, hold on, I got to set it up. Meanwhile, Bigfoot's up there giving you the finger. Like, look at this idiot or whatever.
Oh, you didn't get it on. What's it matter if I get it on a photo or not? No one's going to believe it. Oh, that's AI. That's AI. No one's going to believe it.
But would you agree the greatest gift we all have is us?
Yes, I do. And I can't preach that enough.
Yeah.
We have become desensitized to common sense. We have become desensitized to the natural world. All we want to do is distract ourselves from what's really going on. And you can use that in many different stages in life. The life's become about how much we can take and how much we can consume, not about how much we can give back and not how much we can experience. And
yeah, definitely.
And it's a shame because we're missing a lot on these natural wonders. Because the planet, you know, there's a lot of shit going on in this world and it's a lot of negative stuff. But ever notice how when you go out and slip into nature, you don't feel it?
Yeah, you don't.
There's a reason.
100%. It's very interesting that when I go out into the world to do what I do, what I'm really doing is I'm looking for, here we go. Miss Sunny's in chat right now. She does a kick-ass job of promoting us and a bunch of other people, and her page name is my vlog Sunny 11. So I'm going to try to get that up there as well.
My vlog.
And really, if you can go to her page, you know, and subscribe to it, that would be great to help her out, because she's doing a kick-ass job. She doesn't get paid for any of this crap.
You've got a great team member in there putting all these links and everything, and go like and subscribe, folks. It keeps us on the air. Yep. The algorithms are changing again.
Yep. And so I saw her come into the chat room and I wanted to promote her and all she does, because she's really shown us a ton of love. So I'm going to get the links. It'll be in the show notes for this episode, but it'll also be in the community page. Just go like it. Go over there, support her if you can. I mean, all it takes is a click. We're talking about all this crap. Everybody has all these devices. Just subscribe. Go to P&L Podcast. Hit subscribe. Go to everybody's podcast. Mickey G. Hit subscribe. BJ. Hit subscribe. You don't have to watch everything. And you don't have to interact with everything. But those numbers help the people that are working and are doing this out of the goodness of their heart. I mean, if I could and we were getting like paid some bucks, I would be paying people for all their help. It's, you know, we're monetized now. Never expected, always appreciated. Thank you, Rob, for that line, because it's the truth. But you know, like here, P&L Podcast, go. Jen puts on a great, you know, podcast. And she does the videos too. I don't know how Jonathan deals with her. You know, that's our hubby. But we got to get her back in the States. So only joking. Jonathan's laughing right now. Probably he's going to go to bed on the couch. But I just wanted to thank Miss Sunny for all the help there. But yeah, all these different, what do you call it? Like all these people using all these different gadgets and stuff to go in the field looking for Bigfoot.
Why?
When they don't even realize, you know what the percentage of people of Bigfoot sightings caught is or from?
I would say 0.05%.
No, yeah, exactly. But the most sightings caught of this elusive creature is done on your car's dash cam.
Yeah. So that's great you brought that up. Mondo showed that information this week, and I think it was like 56% of the encounters he cataloged were road crossing encounters.
Yeah. And what is the best encounter but something crossing in front of you? I've had plenty of encounters of that. And what's great is you're not taking the eyes off the road like Adam is from Half Inch Wrench Crew right now, who's trying to text in someplace. Only joking.
Don't text and drive.
Don't text and drive. But Jonathan is there. I'm Pino fan and Pino blog member. Jonathan, do this if you need help from your wife. The international sign for help.
We got
I think you need an angel shot, Jonathan, and we'll get you some help. Only kidding. No, we're not kidding. If you need help, ladies in the bar, even men, you can order an angel shot. You'll get some help there because there's some women that they're out there as well. Yeah, but it's just, I got to get in touch with these gentlemen or these men or women that you're in touch with, because I like the different perspectives. I love people that are just, they drill down specifically to things with Bigfoot. Like they just look at the percentage of sightings and then check the statistics of it. Another person is like, I know someone, not very, very well, but he's like, did you know the largest percentage are red haired? I'm like, what? Yeah, they're red haired. Then it was followed by brown. And then there's some gold, I'm like, what's the most rare? White, all white. And they just focus on that rain, right? On just colorization.
But they're important. They're important because they help direct us and get us information we need. And so the whole goal with the projects, as I was talking to Mondo about, is can we look at this data over time, and instead of randomly trying to pick places to go research, can we future project where we could go at what time of year, during what season, during what type of conditions to have the best chance of an encounter? We're trying to get ahead of the game. Instead of playing reactive, let's go on the offense a little bit, but that only happens when we have the right data, right?
Right.
And so the problem with all this shit, I'm swearing, I'm sorry, is,
and we're adults here,
is shit. What, Brian?
Hello,
unfortunately, it's all circumstantial, right? It's all anecdotal. Witness testimony is flawed, and that's okay. We still have to collect it and base off it. But the whole problem with trying to do what we're doing with the data we're trying to do it with is that the flaws in the system. It's flawed by design.
It's really true.
It is.
I'm just saying, great to see you to Hellbent Holler.
Oh,
that is one of the best teams out there in research world.
I was having a rough week the other week. I couldn't sleep, and I was watching their latest episode they put out there.
Small Town Monsters.
Yeah, and it kept me even more awake. I was, nothing I could do, but I was so enthralled with it. Like even the fog they're too kind, big brain energy. I don't know about that, but I'll take it. Take a compliment when you can get one, ladies and gentlemen.
You got to take it when you can get one.
My wife would disagree. She, I've been married 24 years this year.
God bless.
My wife is still not a believer.
She's dealing with your kids.
She's dealing with me too, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, I go into there's a line from The West Wing that Stockard Channing says, then don't marry a genius because they never sleep.
It's the truth.
Right.
This is why I have a hard time because, and I would love to ask Joe and the missus Hellbent Holler some of these questions. I'm inviting you on the broadcast. You have a huge broadcast, so I'm small potatoes.
That'd be a good show.
That would be a great show. But how much sleep do you guys get? Because what usually happens is I can be exhausted and I'll go and I'll lay down for a couple of seconds. My brain starts going off and I'm like, what if we use scat mats in the forest underneath the beds to capture some DNA from stuff just starts. You just don't sleep.
Yeah, we just got to do it. And I mean, I think those 2 a.m. lying awake in bed staring at the ceiling thoughts have a lot of merit sometimes.
Yeah, it does, because another thing that has a lot of merits. This is why I'm trying to get people to keep a recorder by their bed or a pad. It's better with a recorder because you can spit it out really, really quick. If for a while there, notebooks, exactly. But sometimes when I thoroughly believe that if you were so entrenched in this research of the cryptids, specifically Bigfoot and even some of the Dogman type of stuff, they know who you are. You're marked because they know your frequency, just like it's a cell phone number. And they're like, oh, that's Joe. That's Doyle's. That's the Doyles right there. Boom. That's Sean. That's Mark Eddy, and I think sometimes they may come outside of the home or connect to you up here in the conscious world when you finally go to sleep for a little bit, and then you have something, you get messages, like they start to communicate with you.
One of the things I've started to do, and I don't know why, just the last 6 or 7 months, I've been getting back into the field. I dropped 51 pounds, and I got a lot more to go.
Back to your fighting weight.
Yeah, almost. But getting out there more, I always thank the woods when I'm done.
I've done that. What pisses me off? So I'm friendly with what's his name? Fucking pain in the ass. From
we know a few of them.
Expedition Bigfoot. Russ. Yeah, he always jokes when I see him at conferences. Who the hell let Brian Bowden in here? And I'm like, Russ, just because I saved your ass from that Bigfoot that was giving you that look, okay, doesn't mean you got to give me crap. Like he was going to take advantage of you. But I've been using my God-given abilities since I've been really in touch with them, the remote viewing side of it, because I didn't want to get into that psychic aspect of it. I felt that was Miss Cleo's zone, but everybody has these abilities.
Call you now for a free reading?
Yes, call me now.
For free reading.
For the free reading. If I know we're going out, like with at least a month in advance, I will start remote viewing the situation. I will start sending the energy out there with the intention, we want to have an interaction with you. We do not want to get hurt. We don't want you to get hurt. And not only do I start getting messages back, but we also involved our psychic for the Bronxville Paranormal Society group, who's like a sister to me, Cindy Bailey Dove. She's out in Arkansas. She'll start calling up. She'll usually start at like, I was in the woods with you last night, and she'll start spewing stuff out, and she'll start getting messages. And that really does help set some of the foundation of what to look for in your upcoming investigation when you're sitting in the woods and you're listening and collecting samples and that type of stuff.
Right. And I think whenever you're applying positive energies and positive intent to any situation, right? People call it prayer in some instances, folks. It's not that odd to do those things, right? So why not? I thank the woods. Thank you for allowing me to be in your space and to enjoy your freshness instead of this freaking concrete jungle I'm about ready to go back to. Thanks for the clarity.
Exactly. And it's that I've seen people pray in the woods. Especially when the big boy comes out and he starts peeking out, and people that were not truly prepared to see what they were going to see. Well, I see them pray, and people get religion real quick.
By faith, I'm Eastern Orthodox, okay, which is pretty, right. Kind of like Catholic, but without the Pope, and there was Saint Herman of Alaska, who was a hermit, and he did his best prayers in the forest, in his yurt, and that's where he chose to live. And so when you wonder why some of these very spiritual people tend to take to these places that have that energy connection, that cosmic connection, whatever you want to call it. It's just different words for the same vibe, man.
Exactly.
Really
It's-
what it is.
It's different words for the same vibe. And but I'm always thankful. I mean, there's a lot of, I know people that pray for the food. Thank you, Lord, for this bounty. We appreciate it. We love you. Amen. And
Right.
we go and they eat. Some people go a little bit more deep in that. But it doesn't hurt
Nope.
to have that sense of gratitude that's in your heart plays a big part in whether you're actually going to have some kind of interaction with this cryptid or not.
Well, again, I think it allows you to take down your distractions, right? It allows you to enter a sense of calm and thinking and thoughtfulness that you don't get. Why do you go to church? You go to church to be in communion with others, to have that spiritual connection and to have that energy experience, right? It's no different than a lot of other, whatever your faith is, or whatever you practice or whatever you don't practice, that sense of communion, being together, right, helps free you from that distracted that distracted state, which is why we don't find anything. And again, we Jesse and Joe, for example, right? Yeah, they take gadgets out in the woods with them, but the difference between Jesse and Joe and most of the other people is they actually know how to use them before they go into the woods. They just pick this shit up at Best Buy and start going out there.
Chapter 1,
right?
Put the batteries in.
But that's the problem when you don't practice your craft. So you can take those things in the wood to amplify your game if you know what the hell you're doing. If you don't piss with it. Get smart friends. Get better friends that are good at that stuff. And then you have a more well-rounded team. And then you can maybe get to the crux of things.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah, geez, they just write it. It does drive me crazy when I see that. It drives me crazy. Another thing about that is get smarter friends that know the equipment. We'll get to your question. 1 second, Mark. Always bring someone you're faster than.
Yeah, and believe it or not, don't let my size fool you. My fat ass can move. Let me tell you, I'm like a cheetah.
Yeah.
I am like a cheetah.
Shit hits the fan.
Kung Fu Panda right here is
That would be a great AI video. You and
I can move, Brian. Let me tell you.
Like, holy crap, he can move. Look at those legs right there.
Us dwarves are natural sprinters.
Yes. Mark, you were going to ask a question. I apologize for interrupting you.
Sorry, Mark.
Yes. Yeah, we're just talking about new viewpoints coming in. Or earlier we were talking about some people think they have new ideas, but it's already been covered in other books that you didn't read. So you're not really bringing anything new to the table. Do you find that someone like or the community may be missing at times a leader like Dr. Meldrum or Lauren Coleman that can kind of help bring a more coherent direction to cryptid research?
That's a fantastic question. And yeah, we are sorely in need of a leader. And, there are people that didn't subscribe to Meldrum as much as, other people subscribe to Kawani Lasperitis or who else that they could gravitate to. Really, Bigfoot's tribal, Mark. People tend to follow the funnel that they're in. I'm a flesh and blood person. I'm a wooer. And, you got the folks that follow Tom Cantrell and those folks. And then you have the Dr. Meldrums. And the problem is when you start putting your stakes into individuals die.
Yeah.
You know, we all come with an expiration date. All we can do is carry on the things that they try to teach us to foster that and bring it out. And again, I think one of the things I appreciated about Dr. Meldrum that I don't think he got nearly enough credit for was his patience with people. You know, and
Oh, yeah.
regardless if he believed or anything you didn't, he was still a gentleman and still professional. In my younger days, I was a real asshole. I really had no tolerance for different forms of thought. But as I've gotten older and met more people and experienced more things, I've started to change my viewpoint on not just Bigfoot, on life in general, right? You're a dumbass kid. You think you know everything, you know, and you realize I don't know shit. I'm as dumb as a rock. Let me start absorbing from some of these other rocks and let's start smacking rocks together and making some sparks. And you know what? I firmly believe in my heart of hearts that this is a flesh and blood being. Doesn't mean I'm right. However, even my paranormal friends have to concede at some point it becomes flesh and blood. At some point it leaves hair samples. It leaves shit. It does things that make it a physical being in some form. Rather, it can take other forms. That's not something I'm an expert on because I haven't really gone down that tunnel, right? There's a lot of folks that say, oh, this is an interdimensional traveler. I don't know, because humans are very limited by what we can experience and know and what we can play with. If we can't play with it, we really don't believe in it. Brian and I can't jump into the interdimensional tunnels together. Brian might be able to jump into them on his own, but I can't do it with him, which kind of pisses me off. I want to go, you know, and so we're always going to have that kind of a tribalism because people just have I hate when I have a phrase identity culture. They need to identify with something or someone, you know, they just have to fit into that mold, man.
Well,
Right.
yeah, there's also just some ideas that can just be so bad that it's making the group look incompetent. But you know, Hellbent Haller is talking about you know, having the honor of sharing the stage with Dr. Meldrum.
Right there.
He's a great man. I got to know Dr. Meldrum personally, and
Me too.
Yeah,
it was terrible. Great loss.
Yeah, and I had a chance to spend 15 minutes or so with him after one of his lectures. I was very impressed by what he was discussing about the Patty film, and then talking with him afterwards. You know, he just kind of walked me through you know the couple questions I had, and I think he brought a scholarship to the discussion that
academia came to the discussion of Bigfoot and added that academia, the university quality we need, which gets you this closer to a real scientific thing. And we've lost that. I was talking to M.K. Davis at the Tennessee Wildman Conference. We were just having this chat, and we were like, we need to start nominating people to take over that spot, that are PhDs and real doctors that are willing to, you know, just talk about and say the potential is really here, folks. I mean, but
you can't nominate it; you got to earn it. You know,
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree with that. But I was like, we can have an award ceremony and Dr. Stephanie Colch, you are the winner of this contest. But
this year's Meldrum Award goes to
this PhD for looking into whatever. There are people that are doing a really great job documenting the process of trying to get the evidence so they can recreate situations, get a little bit more on the scientific side. Help and Holler, great. You got to give credit Small Town Monsters.
And you know, Cliff Barackman has a lot of Dr. Meldrum's work. You know,
Yes, he does.
Cliff got that. I was just spoke to Cliff last week very briefly. He and I stay in touch. You know, again, I've had the privilege of being in this field a long time. You know, when you know people before they were on TV shows, you know you've been around too long. And Cliff's always been good with me, and I can always, at a moment's notice, drop something and he'll get back to me very shortly, you know, with what I think it is. You know, the problem is, though, I've become a pretty good litmus test myself for this field. And
yeah,
I work really hard on this. I work as hard at this as I do in my real occupation, as I do being a dad and a husband, because Bigfoot isn't a joke to me. You know, to me, it beats bowling. It's a great hobby. I've learned so much about dude. I've learned so much about the natural world and just people just by being in this field. Like, I'll always be forever grateful that I had this chapter of my life that I've devoted to Bigfoot, and it's been 30 years so far.
Well, this is right, and I'm with you on that, because I'm wide open. People believe what they believe. People have experiences you weren't there, so you have to give people a little bit of a leeway.
People aren't data points.
I do like playing golf, but I would love to play golf with a Bigfoot. That would be interesting. Best ball.
How do you yell four on Bigfoot?
But it's like when you said something about the quantum side of it, I was, like I said before, flesh and blood, and then I studied that stuff in the beginning of it, what the possibilities were, the theories, the formulas. It gets really complex.
You know,
then I had an experience that changed my whole direction, because I was able to grok what was taking place. I'm like, there's no way you can go to point A to B, like a 2-mile distance, split second, unless you can open up a portal, step in, step out where you want to be.
Right. How do you explain
everything
it?
just changed at that point.
How do you quantify either that, or it's the fastest mammal on the planet, right? Like, so, you know, again, you have to document and look at this stuff. When we talk about the Dr. Meldrums, but we don't talk about the Dr. Paul Johnsons. And Dr. Paul Johnson is a chemistry professor in Duquesne University, Pennsylvania, a scholared man, and he is of the quantum Bigfoot belief, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I literally called up Moorhead because I was writing this stuff down, like my experience, and like the only way you can do it is quantum.
I love Ron Moorhead. We had him at Eric's last Pennsylvania Bigfoot camping. We were supposed to sponsor Meldrum, and then Meldrum passed away. And
I told Eric to go get Ron Moorhead, and
we ended up picking up Ron Moorhead at the airport. And Ron, you know, he's seen better days as well. I thought we were going to have a weekend at Bernie situation, because I was not going to be the one who was blamed with Ron Moorhead dying at a Bigfoot conference. Just wasn't going to happen.
No.
I would have weekend Bernie's the shit out of him until it was over. I'm not going to get blamed for killing Ron. A nice man. I had a great weekend with Ron and talked with him, Ken Gerhard, Lyle Blackburn.
Yeah. And, so here's my problem. I love Lyle. I know Ken. Lyle is going to go wherever they, if they offer him to be at a conference, he's going to be there.
Sure.
Lyle really wants to focus on his music, folks.
He does.
I'm not speaking on behalf of Lyle, but this is basically the bottom line. But he's done certain things. But we have people out in the field now that are at these conferences that haven't done a damn thing in decades with these Bigfoot creatures. They're just, it's kind of like the Freeman, what's his name for the UFOs, Roswell, that died, the nuclear physicist. And great, you keep bringing up Roswell, but we don't have to keep going back to that individual constantly and have them speaking the same crap at every damn conference over and over again.
Well, it's that way with the Patterson film too, Brian. Like, it's time to move on.
Yeah, I think the Patterson film is real. In fact,
And
I'm
when
99% positive. I don't think there was a fight or a massacre of Bigfoots. That's a whole load of shit, in my opinion. And let's move on. Best
Right.
evidence ever.
how does it impact today? You know,
Well, I'll tell you how. You want to know how it impacts today? As I tell everybody else to go out there, you better go old school, new school when you're going out there. That means you need electronic devices,
well,
video cameras,
Good
and then
point.
you also need real film, non-electronic devices, so they cannot corrupt your battery or drain it, and you get the blob squad.
well, we asked that too with Ron Moorhead when I was taking him from the airport back to the camp. Was Ron, do you think the reason we aren't getting information today is because we're not using reel to reel like you guys? We're using digital recorders. We're not using tape. Right. And then you even have to be careful because some of that new tape that they were putting out had digital component, you know,
Down the line.
down
Yeah,
the line.
because it had the magnetic for the audio.
Right. And so you're going to screw up stuff. So how pure do you have to get that stuff? And
I think, like we started the conversation with infrasound and infrasound microphones. I think
Right.
we need to focus on having, everybody should have an infrasound, a microphone. There was a couple of devices, I've got the numbers. A couple of those handheld devices were picking up infrasound. Really inexpensive. It was a Tascam, was one of them. And, you know,
great tidbit from Hellbent Holler there, Brian. I don't know.
yeah, no, I'm going to get that in there right there. And then you also need to have, like, I don't want to say Super 8, but, you know, film. So Hellbent Holler says, believe it or not, there are some people who have been experimenting with physical analog tape. They've supposedly experienced issues as well. I think there is, it depends. This is why I always say, you know, God, do I get yelled at for having all the old technology that I still have?
Well, you should keep it. There's a purpose to it.
I know there's a purpose, but the female species doesn't seem to think
No.
that there's a purpose for any of it. Throw it out. We'll have a tag sale, you know. No, and
How much did you spend on that?
yeah.
Enough.
So exactly. You know, I would have done something with it if you didn't throw out my 8mm projector. Yeah, you do need specialized equipment to detect infrasound. But before you came in, I do actually have a professional. It was on sale a long time ago. It's a long microphone, and it's specifically it captures the range of infrasound. The problem is it's kind of like trying to watch 4K on a 1080p TV set. So something you guys should try, actually, Hellbent Holler. Definitely use it's a free program. It's called Sonic Visualizer, and anything in the 25 hertz or lower range, now you know you're getting infrasound, and it will show you that. I've gotten infrasound with that microphone. And it may not be the best of the best, but it's going to give you an idea of when and where or whatever the situation was that prompted that type of response. Because I think when you get vocalizations, I don't know if you've had this experience, Sean, but I've had an experience where I get a response back, which sounds like it's coming from one creature in the woods. It's an audio, but it's multiple layered. It's almost like a 4-track, and it's going at one, and then you get this little high pitched version of something, and then you get a different sub 20s. Yep, I'm telling you, you'll see it visually.
Carter was saying something to me Saturday at the presentation about how he suspects these things vocalize has a lot to do with the frequency. So about right. He says it has, like, when you look at it on a spectrometer or whatever it is, it has like 2 patterns.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is the freakiest thing, and I had it on my old MacBook.
Forgive my ignorance with the terminology. I'm not a
No. You don't have to be. It's just you. Once you see something and then you go research, you'll figure out the different. It's almost like it's a different track. it's like 2 or 3 tracks coming out, and visually you can see it. You'll see the main, like it'll be really big in a, you ever seen audio in a visual format? Sometimes they have them on these phones where they have certain programs. They'll show you the visual format of the audio and the different decibels that you're getting it in. And I've had this experience where it was like great sound, and I'm like, something's wrong. I'm getting a high pitch in my ear, and it's at the same time, and it's like a sub sound within the sound. Like, I don't know how they're doing it, but they're broadcasting 3 things at once, and it's hitting on, like, it's like masking the sub, or the subs, what do you call it? Infrasound frequency is so masked we can't hear it because it's out of our range, but it's almost like help, but you're hearing it as help, the audio like this, and then you're hearing a higher pitch version and then a infrasound version. And when you look at that audio, you'll see boop, boop, boop. You'll see artifacts.
So,
and you're like, what the hell is going on here? Then
so my buddy Mike Ann would be interested in listening to this. Madagascan lemurs have a unique secondary pair of parallel folds in the vestibular region of the larynx that vibrate simultaneously to lower pitch and boost vocal efficiency. Koalas kind of have.
And you said lemurs, right?
Lemurs, yes.
Okay. What else do lemurs have in relationship to Bigfoot? This is just my own research. I don't have one, but I'm wagering my farm on it.
What's that?
Triple tapias. Triple tapias. They have lenses, tapia lenses, that come down.
Right. That's what Mike was saying to me. Is a few weeks ago, Mike and I were talking about lemurs and why do we have to associate Bigfoot with, chimpanzee, gorilla, when it could have features in common with other primates. And it's quite amazing. Again, folks, have smart friends. It benefits you.
Yeah. It's I get yelled at by my daughter. Every time they come downstairs or whatever, and they're like, they'll say something, and I'll give them my response. And they're like, how do you know? And I'm like, okay, don't believe me. So, because apparently if you have a daughter, they knew everything the minute they woke up that morning. Everything that ever existed. And you hear her, she goes on her phone, or she's like, Siri, whatever. And the next thing, my Siri just chipped in. But the next thing you know is, damn it, he's right again. She goes, how do you know all this? And I'm like, I studied. It's like a trail of popcorn. I'm going to use food because we were talking about food earlier. He went blank.
I'm here.
Yeah. So you start following this trail, like investigations, and you get something, and then you start digging into it, and that rabbit hole brings you into other stuff. And then you say, okay, I got to bookmark this stuff, and you start reading a bit about it, but then you bring into another rabbit hole, and then so on and so forth. So your information starts going and getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's what's going on. If you have questions for Sean, we have about 30 minutes left. And if worse comes to worse, we'll have Sean come back and he'll sing love songs for you. Bigfoot love songs.
When somebody loves you.
Yes. Put them in caps.
There you go. We like your questions.
Yeah. Everybody, a straw dog goes, you've been around the block a couple of times. Yeah. We all have been around the block a couple of times. Speaking of which, hi, Ron Murphy.
Ron Murphy, folks.
Ron, the crypto guru Murphy in the house.
Good man.
Yes, he's a very, very good man. We got to get you like a picture to put up over your. I'm not paying attention now while I'm blowing my nose, because your camera.
Did I do it again? Did I hit it again?
It's all good. I'm really waiting for somebody to use their AI, Yoda skills, or to create another streaming platform that won't, cost billions of dollars and won't fuck it up, using AI instead of
right
they have here. So, but yeah, it's, what was in your years of investigating all this high strangeness, all these cryptids, What was the one thing that you were like, never again? And was it with what?
I don't think there's anything that's ever made me say never again. I think there's been some moments where I'm like, holy shit, can't believe that happened. But, my brother Ray and my buddy Dustin had our own encounter up on Rockton Mountain years ago at this point. And it was just the three of us out there, and we had a repeat visitation to our campsite. And it's not that we felt threatened by it, but it just wouldn't leave. It would keep coming back. That was
Right.
difficult to deal with and reconcile, because first of all, I had never thought, I think up until that point, I had a couple experiences like, Bigfoot might be real. But up until that point, I think until I saw something, I didn't believe it until we experienced it. And that messed me up so much in the head, because I thought I lost my objectivity and I bought into my own bullshit, that I almost quit the field and left. And it took Butch and Lon and everybody to kind of talk me back into staying the course. Again, this is the one thing I tell people all the time. People are not data points. People are people. And when they experience something like this, the world tells them this doesn't exist. So while it might be common for us because we have the experiences and we talk about it so often, the average everyday person does not. And so it changes their world. It shakes their world up. And now all of a sudden we're sitting there probing them for answers and questions and pounding them for information that we want, without really taking into consideration what this witness needs. Right. What does this person now need? This is a human in front of me that has now gone through something traumatic. We need to treat them like people, not data points.
100%. I've told the story. Long story short, got two brothers for the fraternal group that I'm part of, wanted to go see Bigfoot when I would come back up to New York. And I said, sure, we'll go up this one area. I didn't know that over the year, the whole pathway on the right-hand side of the rock was overgrown. It said, go up, you get to the rock, stay to the right of it, don't go left. Because we have a Bigfoot area there, and then we have a Dogman area. The rock is where creates the barrier. And they're walking, and I'm going looking for water and getting my quick, dry, plaster of Paris ready, just in case we have a print, because, you want that.
Better safe than sorry.
Help. I run up, drop off everything off, because it was a panicky help. And I'm like, what's going on? And I'm looking at them, and they're like, what the hell is that? And I look, and about 20 yards off from us is a juvenile dogman. Big snout, the ears, looks like something out of Van Helsing. And talk about infrasound. The growl it was making internally, while showing its canine, you literally could feel it. I know it was trying to hit us with some kind of infrasound on the top of that. So I said, okay, let's go. And he turned around. I said, no, you don't turn around on a predator. Let's go. I actually helped him back out. Then we went down to the car and I explained what it was. And we can go to the Bigfoot side over there. I didn't know it overgrew. And one guy's like, take me home now. He was adamant. I want out of here now. And I was like, yeah, the other guy was like, yeah, take us home. We're going home now.
Yeah.
And they still don't talk to me because we're not prepared to see a 6-foot werewolf.
We had a lady on a Bigfoot outing with us that was near her car with her husband, and when she radioed in, she had something going on around her vehicle, and she started getting freaked out. Well, she barely let her husband get in the vehicle, and she peeled out of there, and they never came back. And
Come back.
Whatever happened scared the hell out of her.
It reminds me of something if you ever have to do a road trip, go listen to the Steve Lilly journals on YouTube. I think that was Cajun Cryptid. He puts together it's like 21 episodes. Let's do it in a row. And in there, I mean, they're so freaking good. And some of the people that are describing in there, I think I have an idea who they're made after. I've met some of them. But it's such a great series. They're about an hour each, and it helps you drive, and you just listen to it. It's great. fantastic on YouTube. But yeah, some people, they're not prepared for it. They may be the ones like that justice word going, we've got to save the Bigfoots. And then when they see them and they're like closest I've ever gotten to an actual Bigfoot in my life was 6 inches, and it was right by my feet in my summer camp. And I didn't know it was a Bigfoot because I grew up in a time where everything was Pacific Northwest. So I'm like, what the hell is this big gorilla doing in the window?
Again, you talk about evolution and how that's changed in our thoughts, right? Of how Bigfoot in itself as a field has changed. You know, we've really got all kinds of regional varieties of this thing now based on the different laws of science. You know, things are differently built for different regions. That's what we experience. That's why there's a regional physical variety.
There is a bit of a variety. And I always tell people, I met a couple people like, yeah, we're going to Ohio. We're going to look at the grass man. I'm like, that one is going to be really, really aggressive. You may not want to start off with that. Oh, we heard about, like, no, you don't understand.
I was trying to find a grass man in Ohio. I didn't have any luck.
No, they don't want to be found. They're just as aggressive as the stories and the eyewitness accounts.
I saw Mark's eye shift. Mark got my little joke there. I saw.
Yeah. Sometimes they do want to be found on the street corners.
Well, you have different type of grass.
I seem to miss them all, Mark. I don't.
Yeah, legalize it. But and then you go into and I don't want to. I'm not going to be like, you know, you're wrong, but I had someone that recently talk about the skunk ape in Florida versus Sasquatch, and it's all the same. And I'm like, no, it's not all the same. It is drastically different.
There's a lot of differences in physical build from Bigfoot. And I mean, even when you look at, if you believe the Mayaka ape is a real creature in that photograph, you know, the one that was sent to Lauren Coleman all those years ago.
Yeah.
Very different looking than a Bigfoot, right? That looked very orangutan, or it looked like somebody crossed a chimpanzee and orangutan in that photograph.
Well, that is your classic skunk ape.
Right.
And the
I think if you go back and look at the David Shealy information, call it video, photo, whatever he puts out there, there's a lot of similarity between Mayaka and that and shape.
If I use Mayaka as a ground for research, and the Everglades, which is pretty much out my door. You are correct. It is more orangutan, and there is a huge difference between that and your Bigfoot's Sasquatch.
Yeah,
that are also in the state.
Yeah,
the orangutan versions, you don't want to come up against. They're brutal. They're really aggressive, and they do not back down. They will come straight. Like, if it's one of those things when you piss your mom off just enough where it go, if I have to take my belt off, I'm going to beat the hell out of all of you. And that's what it is. Whereas the other Bigfoots, they're dealing with it, that they're fairly laid back in the state of Florida. But and my last closest interaction with the Bigfoot was no wider than from where I was sitting in the driver's seat of the car to the passenger window in the front, who was breathing down the window while watching me sleep at night. And there I am with my hand on my EDC going, if I put a hole in this car, I'm going to really have to explain this to, you know,
the insurance adjuster.
What? Yeah, I was worried about the woman I was married to, and I was like, oh, this is going to be bad. I'm like, just watch me all you want. Oh, we're done here.
To myself from a Yeti.
Yeah. What were you doing? Had a Bigfoot that was watching me in the car. A little bit weird.
So it's almost like this scene in Jurassic Park with the T-Rex breathing right next to the window.
Exactly like that. Exactly like that. That's what I use as an example. It is the Jurassic Park scene. And what was crazy is there were knuckle prints outside that that passenger door the next day, and I was gonna go get them. I couldn't fit in there. We're gonna move the car out so we can do it. I have a LiDAR, and when I don't have the powder or any of that stuff, we can do a LiDAR on it. And of course, it rains, it gets wet, and it's done. Then you're done. It goes away. Different type of environmental conditions lead to different things here.
I find those very fascinating, knuckle prints and handprints as well. We don't talk about them nearly enough. Everybody wants footprints, but let's get some handprints.
Well, it's really funny you said that, because
Bigfoot.
My buddy that invited me out there, Stevie Strings, he goes that his group is called Creature Man Research, and great guy. Get well soon right now, Stevie. He's got like replacement hip and
oh goodness,
going bionic, I think. But one of the guys on the team is a retired NYPD forensics officer. So they're ready to get the evidence. They have all that stuff. But one time in their corral area there, someone left the plate down, like on the back of the car where you put the bicycle. And they were all by the fire pit away from there. And this creature came in and must have hit its chin on the car. And it was like this.
We all can empathize with that.
Oh my God. Yeah. Talk about that pinky toe. Like, he hit it, and everybody ran over there. And on the back window was a full handprint, and they got it. They powdered it. They got it.
Some of the stuff we're trying to collect now is the sebum from the oil residue from the handprints, and trying to send that to Darby Orchid in North Carolina so we can. Yeah, they're going to be running a study on that at some point here. If they haven't already, it's coming.
You know what? There are more and more pictures I'm seeing in video evidence of the oil being caught on, and drying up pretty much, which is great. But here's the problem. You better know the person doing the scientific testing really, really well, like good friends with them, like the person I know or used to know in New York, NYU. And you got to tell them this cannot go on your internet connected device. And they're like, oh, it's one of those. I'm like, yeah, it's one of those, because you're going to have problems. Because the minute that sample comes back and it goes into the database, I guarantee you're going to have people visiting you. So,
that's why I always send it away. I don't mess around with it. I don't want any strange visitors.
I don't want strange visitors, especially with Butch not around either.
All right.
Yeah. I'm going to give you a couple of questions while we're here, because my vlog Sunny 11 was it gossip or true? Dr. Meldrum was hit with infrasound, and that's what got him medically sick.
No, I believe that's gossip. I don't think that's true.
I don't think it's true either. I mean, I've been hit by that stuff, and
I think I was hit with infrasound, and I've been fine.
It depends on how you take it. Like, if you know you're being hit with something, your body can adjust. But there's some people that think they know what they can do, and that it'll mess you up, make you nauseous.
Sorry. These recycled bottles are so loud. Sorry.
No. I'm one with you. Don't worry. You know what's great about today's society? Like, if your kids are screaming in the background, like, I'm gonna kill you, they still go on with the show.
I'm dead to the world.
No, I totally hear you. I won't keep you much longer, my brother.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not yawning because you're boring. I'm old.
No. I'm trust me, I'm with you. Spaced Out Radio. I didn't get sleep till 3:30. Got up at like.
I love Dave Scott, but that's a midnight show for us at least.
Dude, that sucked. But I promised them, and I was subbing for another person that was out not well.
Oh, I know, and I feel bad because Dave always asks me to sub in, and I'm like, God, if it wasn't like over midnight, I could. I'm not George Norrie or
12.
Art Bell.
Remember when he used to go 12 to 3?
Yeah.
And then you'd be like, okay, we're coming up the third hour, and you're like, you're dying, and by the time the third hour goes and you're finished, thanks, Dave, You're like, wow, that was a great show. And then all of a sudden you get your second win. The next thing you know, it's 5:30. I'm like,
Yep.
I got to go to work. So
Yeah, I love Dave too. I just hate
I
the
love
time frame.
love the man to death. He's like a brother. So another question to the panel: parallel realities, are they also different dimensions? That's a great question.
Huh. I don't know. You know, that's a good question because
Great question.
I think didn't somebody just recently put out a number of how many different parallel realities are going on at this moment? Like, and it was like a huge number.
It gets exponential.
Right. There was some physicist or somebody's much smarter than me. And so I believe we can all agree that there are parallel realities happening, right? Are they different dimensions? I don't know, because I guess we'd have to find out what a dimension really is, right? Like,
I think you get if I talked to Steven Sanchez, he works for NASA, and Dr. Weepin Yu. I'm actually be talking to him tomorrow on probably Agent X11, 12 to 1 or something like that. But I believe the way it works is for every reality, there is a dimension.
Okay.
Or multiple dimensions. So you could have one reality and have several different dimensions around that reality. And then you can get into, and that's just on the 1-dimension level. You get the 2-dimension level, 2-dimensional objects, 3-dimensional. We're a little bit of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You get to a certain point where you're not going to be able to see anything higher than you because you can't comprehend it. And the
Are
only
we ever going to be able to like visit the mirror universe, like in Star Trek, like the evil forms of ourselves? Wouldn't that be
think
great?
so. I think we are. I mean, to be
You
honest,
think we are the evil versions of ourselves? That's interesting.
No. I think we're going to be able to see multiple dimensions of ourselves at one point. We're going to use filters to do it. Something that's going to be able to grasp and then convert it to something kind of like those Snapchat filters that we all use. I just, if my nephew, this is my sister-in-law's birthday today. Happy birthday, Michelle.
Happy birthday.
I would literally sit there and go through like 7 different filters to create 7 different characters and a storyline behind it. Like, oh my God, you're so old. Stop. I should never have married you. And then going back, we splice together a little bit of movie and make it funny for whatever. But it's I think we're gonna have multiple dimensions and we're gonna be able to put a filter on things. And I think you'll be surprised that and I'm gonna wait for that phone call or text from you when you find, let's see what these filters are all about. And you do something recently and Butch is there like this.
Yeah, because maybe you're still there in one reality, right?
You're just sitting there.
Hope you haven't been here long, you pervert.
But yeah, it's he was one of the best out there.
I got glasses from They Live.
Yeah. Icy Maggie, look at this. We're getting so many new people into the Third Eye Live chat. Yahweh. Yes. Yahwehs are there are so many different. I did a whole public presentation. I was asked about the different types of Bigfoot. I went into everything. I went into all of it, the crazy ones, as you get into the more dangerous versions of it. I think it's Bigfoot 411. Or was it 911 Bigfoot? I forgot the website, but they have about 6 or 7 different variations.
Lauren Coleman did a whole book on it. The Field Guide to Primates and Other Bigfoot and Other Mystery Primates. Or I have 2 copies of it on the bookshelves behind me, but I can't remember it off. But it's a great book because it goes through and shows different types of Bigfoot based on sightings and regional varieties around the globe.
Leave my elevator alone. Let me put my magic sunglasses on. Oh, I could use magic sunglasses.
Me too.
Well, I do have those from the Museum of Tarot. I have the Ison glasses that I sometimes bring, the filters, and I put it over my video camera. I'm gonna see if it works with my. I got a new thermal from Pulsar.
Okay.
I want to see what the reaction of that is and what comes in from that down the line. But do you have any new? You have any investigations coming up that you are looking forward to?
This just came in the last couple weeks of there's probably 20 sightings in here that
Really?
are waiting for us to divulge into and start investigating. We had one that came in over the weekend
Right.
from Clear Creek State Park in Jefferson County, Pennsylvania. Was a full sighting from a person who had the creature was 9 feet tall, and I threw his sighting report into Chat GPT, and
Right.
I said, put this into, a researchable data, report so I can, work off it. And it spit it out. So I said, put all these things into
I've done
and
that.
create me an image. And I don't know how good you'll see it, but this is what it created for me.
Oh, I can see that.
Like that was
That's
awesome.
clear.
So it was the first time I ever used Chat GPT to, and listen, I keep digital copies, but I'm also a paper guy.
I love,
Yeah.
on paper too.
And so, we have a lot coming up. I posted on our social media. We got one about a lady down in Southwest Pennsylvania, down near Fayette, Brian, down in Fayette County.
Yeah, no, I know.
She had vocalization or tree knocking, sorry, and then one from the Laurel Highlands that also came in that was vocalizations. So,
Yeah, we got Johnsonville, South Carolina, January 13th and 18th. 2 separate roadside instances, and then you got Carson, Washington, up there, May 8th, daytime embankment sighting. Goshen Swamp, North Carolina, May 15th and 16th, 8 to 10 foot creature, grunts, musky odor.
I did get one from Yosemite too.
You did? Okay. I haven't gotten that one yet. We got another one from South Carolina on May 29th, nighttime sighting. And you get anything? Well, Texas is pretty interesting.
I get a lot of Pennsylvania, because that's where I research. So folks know to send me the PA shit. But when I get stuff from other states, I partner up. I want to get people out there as fast as possible, right?
I'm with you on
Time is data. Time is money in terms of
100%. I mean, it sucks because I literally was in the state of Connecticut July 4th for my birthday, and this happened July 5th, 2026, in Bolton, Connecticut. I love to get people that I know. This is what's great about our community here, that if I know something, like, John, I got this report from bank, go here, I'll send you everything. And we could work together and everybody gets the right credit. No one has to worry about, whatever. Right. So that's how we operate, though.
We're not going to solve this alone. We need each other. And so let's work together to get an answer, for crying out loud.
Yes. I could use some fresh brewed coffee. How about you, Mark?
I love coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Coffee is fresh brewed coffee.
Yeah, Sean, seems like we really don't need Congress or president to say, okay, here's the disclosure everyone has been asking for. I think the Old and New Testaments pretty much made that case, as well as a bunch of the other ancient sacred texts. Is there something like do we need a Patty film from 2026 to almost be, like here's the definitive proof that we have of the existence of Bigfoot.
No, and I'll tell you why I don't think we're ever going to get it. Maybe in the next, at least within our lifetimes, and it's economics. When you start recognizing that there's a species or a being in the United States in our backyard, say goodbye to fracking, say goodbye to pipelines, say goodbye to paper and foresting. It's all going to come to a halt.
Yep.
And the economy won't sustain that. We won't allow it to. So Bigfoot hasn't been disclosed, not because we don't have proof, but because it impacts wallets. It would become a threat to national security because we'd be bankrupt. We'd have no exports, right? So it would have a real hard time with, you think people are having a hard time building data centers now. There's a Bigfoot in your backyard. Guess what? That's not going to happen. And so that's why we haven't had it, is just pure economics. I don't think there's another reason. I don't think there's a religious reason or anything else. It's economic.
It was a multi-million-dollar industry. It's now multi-billions, bordering on trillions. Just logging alone you forget it.
Right.
And then it's not just not making money off of that. The people you would put out of work would cause a national security problem for this country. So, just think about it, because that would be great. We can't put a data center here because I just went there and I saw a Bigfoot and they were foraging over there. So you can't put one there.
Nope.
And that would instantaneously stop the data center coming in.
Yeah, a lot of things.
Not for data centers personally, but whatever.
Right. But you know what? I mean, just even beneficial businesses to us, Brian, we would have an impact on. And
right.
I just don't see that. I don't see anybody in our governmental system currently in its state that's going to give up that money, and nor do we as a people try to figure out how to overcome some of our ways to coexist with it. Because, once it's proven, people are going to go out there to try to kill it.
Of course they are, because, they want that prize or whatever.
Have that trophy.
I hate the flock cameras. I hate all these cameras being put up.
Lazy police work.
It's not, no, it's not even that. The violation of our U.S., Bill of Rights and our Constitution is totally, not a good thing. But I'm waiting and I'm wondering if they caught something on these cameras.
I don't know. You'd have to get them out of Lowe's parking lots first, and that's the.
Well, we have them all over the damn place now in Florida. But,
they're creeping around up here now, but Lowe's seems to be the biggest offender of them that I see so far.
Lowe's, Home Depot has it. Actually, there's billions of dollars, like $200 billion or $150 billion class action lawsuit. Home Depot was taking plates and biometrics and all this other stuff, and then putting it against database. And I think if you've just stepped in foot or in a car and went through a Home Depot, you may be entitled to like a $2,700 settlement.
Oh, nice.
And that's every person. So that's even your children.
Better Call Saul.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I tried watching that. I couldn't deal with it. But we're running out of time. We've run out of time on Family Feud.
Well, I've had a lot
love
of fun.
having you here, brother.
Thank you.
Love everybody that has come in here. Thank you all for being part of the show. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification button, share. We're doing the best to bring you some really good stuff here. But Sean, tell everybody how, if they have questions for you, if they want to get in contact with you, they want to see your work, where they can see you, meet you, and get in touch with you, reach out and touch.
Well, as always, SasquatchExperience.com will provide you with all the show's social media and right to our YouTube, our Facebook. It also gets you to me. You can also find me on all social media at Sean Forker. I don't hide behind a pseudonym. Hey, that's our new website. That actually just came live this week.
There you go. See?
Yeah, at Sean Forker. You can find me everywhere. I don't hide behind a pseudonym. I am unabashedly me. And feel free to drop me a line. I'm pretty easy to get along with.
I wasn't sure on all the links, so I didn't. We'll put them into the description.
Yeah, just throw them Sasquatch Experience. Everybody will figure it out.
but you are actually one of my oldest online friends that I made that became family, in my opinion.
And I'm probably one of the younger ones, though, believe it or not, right? I've been around a long time. That's what people are meeting. Like, wow, tonight I don't look so young, but I just hit 40. So
it's just, I don't want to. So you're 4 years old. Happy 4th birthday. Don't, if you add the numbers together, eventually you'll get either a 1
you
or
stop.
9.
Right.
You're good.
My dad told me once you hit 40, it's all downhill. And I laughed until I hit 40. And now I'm on pills. Now I'm damn you, Dad.
Like one of my best friends used to call me up like, oh, this chick was so hot. And, you see somebody, whatever. And then I knew we were getting into problematic territory when he called me up and he goes, I'm like, yeah, what's going on, bro? And he goes, does it hurt when you pee? And I'm like, oh my God, what the hell's going on?
You've leveled up.
Yes. New character unlocked.
Oh God. Thank you guys. I had a lot of fun tonight. I appreciate it.
Oh, we love you having you here. Well, I'm definitely going to have you back. Matter of fact, maybe bring your co-host with you the next time.
Oh God, I'll pick one of them. We have 5, so we'll pick one of them.
Do all 5 if you'd like.
Baker's the most entertaining. He's the most entertaining. Matt's the most science-based. Baker's the most entertaining. And I'm surprised he and I haven't been indicted over the years for.
Well, since there's 2 of us right here, we can literally do a total of 10 guests on the screen at one time.
Oh, that's great.
So, I mean, but that may be like, draining.
Another Hollywood Squares.
It is a hard task to do 5 hosts and a guest every other week, but we managed to try.
Yeah, it gets crazy and people have commentary, and look, not all of us are going to agree, but I'm not here to agree with everybody just to be part of a club. I'm here to get answers. So definitely go check out Sean's work, check out everybody's been in the chat, and we'll get back to you next Wednesday night where we'll have Julia Sims on and MK Ultra.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So I just did a remote view on their investigation of URs. And I said, oh, I'll come into your investigation. Let me remote view it. And I literally got I didn't know I was going to hear from them at a certain point. They go, I can't stress how accurate you have been. And I'm like, well, I thank you. I'm not to be arrogant and I don't do it to this, but I know my percentage is about 98% accurate. So say hello to Lon for me. Our politics are different, so I kind of keep distance from Lon.
Yeah, everybody, again, it's one of those things, right? I love you all. I don't care what you believe. As long as you're not hurting someone else, that's all I care.
I don't let the politics, keep me away from anybody. I just, some people get a little bit, they don't want to have you on or they don't want to talk to you. So, but it's been a pleasure, everybody. Thank you, BJ, for helping us out. Please, go subscribe to her channel. Mark Eddy, anybody coming on with Nightlight or Barbara and you in the near future or no?
I also had a terrific show last night with Sherry Brake. I have
Love
some,
Sherry.
She's great. I need to have you and Ron on to cover Sacred
We're
Ground.
working on it. Ron is in PA, and that is its own time zone.
Yeah, even though he's like a short drive away, just different time zone. It's it's almost like the weird ass Newfie time zone. Like how do you figure this out? I can't do the math. Are we adding like what 30 minutes or 45? Just stick with even numbers. But
1 hour, half an hour, just pick something. But they're on Atlantic time, I believe. So
but I know Pennsylvania can be a little different, but it's been enriching for me being up there from time to time and having friends like Sean and BJ.
Yep. Well, it's great to have all of you here. We're gonna let you go, Sean. You're free to go. I gotta go walk my dog.
Thank you, gents. Appreciate you.
We'll touch base, and if I do get anything, I'll send it to you. I mean, if you're interested, what I get from the Bigfoot perspective, I think we need to do a cryptid roundtable and break it into panels of just Bigfoot, than just the Dogman thing, because I don't think people werewolves and just think they're misidentifying things, and so on and so forth. But
you never know.
Until then, I wish everybody blessings and prayers, healing, recovery blessings. Mark Eddy is available. He is still available for Jaquetta, and we can get him. We can get him out there. There's a way of renting Mark. 1-800-GET-MARK. He's good for weddings, dates, reenactments. And that's it. Mark, seriously, great show. Everybody, great show. Thanks for coming in. Thank you for everybody being here. Have a blessed week, and we will see you. Well, I'll see you on Monday, because I don't think I'm on any other broadcast at this point. And Mark will see you when he sees you on his broadcast. And we love you all. So, night, everybody.
You, it's always been you. God showed me you. I have been searching decades for you. I found you, I lost you. My heart is broken without you. My soul aches for you. I need you, I want you. My days are filled with you. I've seen the future with you. My home is with you. I have felt the future with you. My nights are filled with you. Love is you. True love is you. My happiness is you. Every past life is with you. My dreams are filled with you. Life is meaningless without you. My future is with you. I will fight for you. I will defend you. I will give up my life for you. Whatever it takes for you. Nothing else matters but you. I love you. I love you. I love you. God showed me you. I have been searching decades for you. I found you, I lost you. My heart is broken without you. My soul aches for you. I need you, I want you. My days are filled with you. I have seen the future with you. My home is with you. I have felt the future with you. My nights are filled with you. Love is you, true love is you. Love is you, true love is you. My happiness is you. Every past life is with you. My dreams are filled with you. Life is meaningless without you. My future is with you. I will fight for you. I will defend you. I will give up my life for you. Whatever it takes for you. Nothing else matters but you. I love you. I love you. Life is meaningless without you. My future is with you.